Hey guys, this is Kingelffe, and we're back again today playing Satisfactory. Last time we left off just after finishing the tutorial, so we finished the Tier 0 section of the hub. Today we're going to be working on some stuff in Tier 1, as well as we're going to get some basic automation set up with iron, and if we can, copper and limestone, but I make no promises. It'll all be based on time. So one thing that we got to do to get the automation process started is we have to get the logistics upgrade done. I would like to do base building as well, but we'll probably focus on that next episode because that'll be getting foundation down and being able to actually snap things into a grid. It's not super important for the time being. Right now I want to get automation of certain things completed. So we're going to do this milestone first. We need 150 iron plates, need 150 iron rods, and 300 wire. So I'm going to collect that off screen because that's going to be pretty boring. But after I have that and we get the upgrade, that'll allow us to make the merger and the, what's the other thing? Merger and the splitter, that's right. So that'll allow us to set up some miners on these nodes over here. And then after the ore comes out of the miner, we can throw it into a splitter and have it go into multiple furnaces and have them smelt up and make different things. So we can set up automation for plates and iron rods, and probably screws today as well if we can, because all of those will be necessary for future upgrades as well as future machines. So I'm going to get going on collecting the resources for that upgrade, and I will be right back. Alright, so I just spent the last 20 to 30 minutes grinding to get all the stuff we need. We now have everything we need for our logistics upgrade, as well as I gathered a bunch of extra materials as well for building our automation. So we're going to go into here. Boom, 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 boom. And we can launch our first rocket of Tier 1. Oh,
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your
goodbye,
factory.
spaceship.
We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation. The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
Done talking? Sweet. Alright, so now we have the splitters in the mergers, so we can start working on automating our iron. I also made a second portable miner over here just because it was taking forever to get iron. But yeah, let's jump right into that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take out our deconstructor using F, and we're going to get rid of these guys over here because we're not going to need them anymore. And we can get rid of the power pole as well. Cool. So we're going to build our automation over here for iron, making rods, plates, and screws, and then we're going to worry about power afterwards. So let's do that now. That's an actual tree. That's an actual tree. So these guys here we won't be able to get rid of until we have a chainsaw. So they'll have to stick around. But the first thing you're going to want to do is get rid of all the bushes and stuff you can around, because you're going to want that for power later anyways. We'll pick up our miners. I keep pressing escape. See, did it again. Alright, cool. So, press Q. First thing we're going to want to make is, under production, Mark 1 miner. So that requires the portable miner that you had there before. So just use scroll to decide how you want to orient it, and place. There we go, we have our portable miner. Nope, not portable miner. We use the portable miner to make this. We have our Mark 1 miner, which we're going to now feed into a splitter. So be wary of the arrows here, because when I started playing, I didn't really pay attention to them, and I kept setting up the splitters wrong. So you want the orange one to be facing your miner, because that's the input. You can line it up with the blue line there. So when we place that, and we press 3 to get our conveyor belt, it's going to be a straight conveyor. Cool. So now from here we can split the iron into 3 different smelters. That's what I found is optimal for iron and copper anyways. So we're going to do that. We're going to make 3 smelters, which is also under production. And we should have all the stuff we need for that. I don't think that's quite straight. Nope, there we go. So first one we're going to have just straight out in front. And the other two you can line up directly if you want. I'm going to leave a little bit of space between them, though. We're going to wind up putting this on foundation later anyways, so you don't have to worry too much about making it pretty, but, I mean, I like to keep it somewhat organized anyways. So, we're going to go from the splitter into the different miners, or, no, into the smelters. Don't worry too much about spaghetti conveyor belts for now. It'll be easier to make the conveyor belts look nicer once you have the foundation down. Cool. So each of these are going to be making iron ingots. And boom. And if you did accidentally click copper or something, you can select the recipe up here and you can switch between. So yeah, don't worry about pressing the wrong one if you do. Cool. So we've got the smelters.
Concluded. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
Ship's back. Cool. So from there, we're going to need to build constructors, but I didn't make the plates for those, I don't think. I have 1 from the one we deconstructed, but we're going to need 4 more. Actually, we're going to need 6 more, sorry. So for that, we need screws and plates, I think? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So we'll make enough screws to make 6 more reinforced iron plates. They're pretty expensive. I might actually have to make some more iron plates after this. They take forever to make too. I'll be happy once I can get those automated. Cool. So, we're going to make some constructors out in front of our smelters. Hope I spaced them out enough. I don't think I did. So we're going to have spaghetti conveyors. Oh well. We'll just line them up as nice as we can. Encroaching on clearance. Okay. Well, that's as close as we're going to get. Alright, so then we can have our conveyors going from the smelters into the different constructors. Like I said, don't worry too much about spaghetti conveyor belts until you get your actual foundation down. Oh man, this one's really wonky. Alright, cool. So, like I said, we're going to have 1 making bars, 1 making plates, 1 making screws. So we can set up iron rods and iron plates. Screws are a 2-part process though, so you have to make iron rods and then you have to make the iron rods into screws. So the constructor over here, we're going to have making iron rods, and then we're going to have that go into another constructor. We can try and line this up nicely. Nope, just not going to happen. Alright, whatever. Just throw it down. Ah, oh, man, I placed it too close. The conveyor belt can't make that shape. Okay, we'll just... Oh. I keep seeing the blue line. There we go. Sick. Yep, that's a straight conveyor belt. Cool. So we'll have the iron bars made in this constructor come into this constructor and make screws. So from here, you can either have them all go into separate storage crates, or you can have them all go into one. Like I said, this is all going to get torn up once we have foundation down, land whale. So for now, we're just going to have them go into 1 storage container. We'll have it out in front here, I guess. And we'll make use of the merger. So this one here is the reverse of the splitter. You want the blue arrow going into your storage crate. Oh man, I misplaced it again. I have it on an angle. There we go. Blue line, there we go. Then you can have each of your constructors running into the merger. And everything will feed into this one storage container. Cool. So that's full automation right there for iron rods, iron plates, and screws. So now what we got to look at is powering all these things. So right now we've got these two biomass burners over here. And I don't exactly remember. No, it's not going to tell us the capacity until we actually turn it on. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hook up power to all of these different things and see if these two biomass burners are enough to supply power to all of these machines. I have my doubts, so we'll see how this turns out. Stop opening that. Alright, cool. So, once again, we're not going to worry too much about making it look pretty for now. Once we get the foundation down, we'll be able to snap the power poles into a grid. For now, we're just going to have spaghetti lines. So remember, each of these power poles you can have 4 wires hooked up to, including the one from one wire, or from one pole to another. So each of them can have 3 machines hooked up to it. So we're just gonna throw one kind of in the middle here to power all 3 of these smelters. We're going to throw another one in the middle here to power these 3 constructors. And we'll just throw another one over here randomly for this last constructor. We'll put a pole out in front to connect the 2 biomass burners too. And technically the wires can go through the machines, but I think it looks weird, so we're going to put another one here just to connect that one too. Cool. So then press 2 and you can connect all of your lines. Make sure you have enough cable. Cool. So we'll connect all of the power poles first to make sure we can do that. This one's going to go through the machines, I think. Yeah, it goes through the top of this one, but who cares? Oh wait, no, it just clears it. Sweet. Cool. So this power pole right here, we're going to hook up to our miner. So that'll provide power over there. This one here, we're going to power the 3 smelters. Oh, never mind. We need... I forgot that we have 2 wires going to that because we're going between 2 different power poles. Cool, so we're going to need another one. Disconnect that wire. And we'll throw another power pole down just in the middle here. That one up to that. And then this one can power the last 2. Okay, we've got a giant cobweb going on up here, but like I said, it doesn't matter too much. Don't worry about fire regulation for now. Then we're going to have to do the same thing over here. Hook one of them up, make another power pole. Just ran out of copper wire, so I really hope that we are going to be good here. Got those constructors. And the last constructor. And I think we're just going to have enough cable here too, because we got to hook up 2 biomass burners to the power grid. Cool. So what we got to do now is we got to provide it with fuel. We can throw the leaves in if we want, but the best way to do it is to make it into biomass. So we're going to craft all our leaves and all of our wood into biomass, because that'll burn for longer. Cool. So we got 150. I'm actually going to collect a little bit more, because I like throwing at least 100 in each of them. So just go out, find bushes to collect. You'll get a bunch of leaves and some wood. We'll go out here and grab some more too. Once we get a chainsaw, this is going to be great, because we can chop down all these random logs and stuff. Turn that into power. Looks like there's some pretty dense vegetation over here. Okay, well, these are all trees and stuff. Sick. Ah, here we go. Lots of bushes. Cool. That should be enough for now. Grab some more on the way back if we see it. Is that a tree or a bush? That's a tree. Cool. So we'll craft the rest of this into biomass, shove that in the generator, and hopefully our entire power grid won't blow. So if it happens that I turn it on and those two generators produce less power than the machines require, then we'll just hear like a circuit breaking sound and everything will turn off. So we'll have to add another biomass generator. Cool. So we'll just put 100 in each for now. If you right-click a stack, it'll split it. And if you hold right-click, then it'll bring up the stack split option, so you could do weird splits and everything. I'm just going to cancel that. So throw 100 in there, and 100 in here. And so far so good because we're only powering one thing. Because if the machine isn't doing anything, then it doesn't require any power. Right now we're basically just powering the miner. Once all of these have stuff in them, that's when we'll find out if our power grid can keep up. Cool. So Splitter's doing its job. It's sending iron into all of the different smelters. So you can see how much power requirement each of them takes too. So this is 4 megawatts. Cool. So that's powering and going into the constructor. Constructor's making its different components. Then it'll send all the components along into the merger and into the storage container. And our power levels are holding steady below 40, which is our capacity. It's probably going to peak out around 30 or 35 if I had to guess, if all of the machines are running at once. So if we want to add anything else to this power grid, we're going to have to build a second biomass burner, which we're actually going to do right now because I am going to be hooking up copper and limestone to this eventually. Hopefully I'll be able to do that today. I'm going to have to look at the time of this video, but we're going to get that going right now. Never mind, we're not going to get that going right now because I do not have any copper wire. It'll be great once we have that automation set up. Just going to go grab some copper from over here real quick. Land whale. I don't get why they made these things because they're completely passive. And also if... Oh, okay. I haven't seen them do that before. If you kill them, they just are there on the ground and they're like a trampoline. Oh, here he comes. And walks right over me. Bye, guy. Oh, another one over here. But yeah, provided we have time, we'll set up a similar setup over here, making copper wire and cable. And we'll set up another setup up there, making concrete, because we're going to need all of the above for our next stages of the hub. Just going to make up the copper wire real quick and show you the biomass generator. But yeah, this is what I was doing that entire time, just making ingots and making different components. I think it said we needed 30 wire. I'll make just enough to build it. And we still have one cable so we can connect it to the power grid. Okay, we're just gonna put it around the corner here. So this is what the biomass burners look like when you build them. And I believe they actually provide more power because these ones are 20 megawatts each since we have 2 of them running. This shows the total of the entire grid, not the unit that you're looking at, by the way. So we're gonna throw some biomass in here and hook it up to the grid just to see how much power it produces. I think it's 40. Nope, 30. So our new capacity is 70. But we're going to disconnect that for now because we really don't need it attached. And we'll just be wasting biomass at that point. Cool. So I'm going to go on another resource collection thing because we need more copper wire and some more cables and all that. I'll check the video length and see if we have time to maybe set up either the limestone or the copper. Alright, so we got a little bit of time left, but not too much. So we're not going to take on the copper automation today. Instead, we're going to go for concrete automation, because we're going to need that for next episode once we get the foundations technology. This one's a lot easier to set up because you don't actually have to smelt limestone to make concrete. You just have to mine it, send it into some constructors, and then store it. So you can get rid of this miner here. And we're going to go into the wrong place. Here we go. I'm going to set up an auto miner. Have it come out this way because that's where we actually have space. And then from there, we're going to go into some constructors. So unlike the iron that I showed you over there, if you do 3 constructors on a regular miner, it tends to take a little bit longer to work. So we're actually just going to do 2 constructors, and I forgot to do the splitter. We need that first. So splitter directly in front of the miner. That looks on an angle. Hopefully that's good. And I don't have enough iron plates. Sick. Don't jump off the edge. Oh, that was almost bad. Because that drop 100% would have killed me. Cool. And I'll also show you how much stuff we got from the iron plants while I was just making cables and stuff. Because we got stuff flowing in. It's nice. I didn't have to make any iron plates or anything like that, just copper stuff. This is all the stuff we have already from the iron plants, and it's just going to keep flowing in while we're doing different things around the world, because unlike Minecraft, everything's always loaded in. So even if we're 3,000 meters away exploring some random cave somewhere, the iron plant's still going to be running, as long as it has power. Speaking of power, I'm going to have to run power over here too, so I probably will do that off camera or next video, because I don't know how long that'll take. Alright, so we need 2 constructors, orange side facing the splitter. We're not going to use the front side of the splitter, so we can cover that up. That's no problem. Cool. So we'll come out of the splitter and into the constructor. And we're going to set both constructors to make concrete. And then on the other side of the constructor, we're going to have our merger. Running out of space here, so we're going to have it kind of like so, I think. So we're going to have this guy going into here, this guy not going into there, because why would it? Okay, take 2. Merger. We'll just line it up with this constructor this time so that we don't have that problem again. Cool. And then we'll just have a storage crate coming out this way. It's under organization, right. Cool. Oh man, I'm terrible at this today. There we go. It doesn't matter if it's off the edge a little bit. I screwed it up again. 3rd time's the charm, maybe? Or I just give up right here, right now. Screw it. There. We'll have it arc out and back in. Can't screw up now. I used up every last iron sheet I have. Cool. So now I just have to run power over here for the 2 constructors and the miner, and we'll have concrete being made. Limestone will come out of here, go into the splitter, go into both of the constructors, make it into concrete, and it'll come out here into the merger, into the storage container. Cool. And like I said, I'll set up power off camera for that. But that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. I've gotten myself into a real bad situation here. I just fell off the edge when I was trying to run across the land bridge to the limestone place. So yeah, I'm almost out of health. I'm probably going to have to jump down there. There's baddies down there. I don't know how to get back up, so I'm probably gonna die. Yep, that's gonna happen. Alright, well, this is the actual end of the video. Bye, guys. Bye.